Hey everybody, welcome back to Getting to Know Luminate. Today we are going to do something that was requested, how to create an assignment folder like you would in E-Centennial. So let's jump in and I'll share my screen. So in E-Centennial, you'd have a separate tab that you can go to for assignments, but in Luminate, everything's going to be in the course content page. So you can see here the course content. I have nothing in this as my sandbox, so I'm going to add something to it. But instead of just adding an assignment on the course content page, I'm quickly going to add in a module. So let's do that. Create. Everything's going to be here. So when we hit that create button, whether it's the three dots there and create or the plus sign, as you'll see as time goes on, and you can create all these things. You'll notice the assignment folder here, a test if you want it. I'm going to create a learning module to start because then we can build beyond that. And this is going to be lab assignments. Just click on that. Lab assignments. I'm going to make it visible right away because it doesn't really matter for this, and then I'll save it. So you can see I have my lab assignments module. You can put an image on there if you want. You can decorate it how you'd like. But for now, we'll just keep it like this. So within that folder now, I'm going to use this plus mark here, or plus sign. This is going to allow us to add everything into this folder. You can see them down here as well that I can build another module if you need. But I'm just going to click on this. We'll hit create. And I wanted to create an assignment folder, lab assignment folder, something like that, where you could have a Dropbox. So this is kind of replacing what that Dropbox would be. We're going to use the assessment and we're going to click on assignment. Now, when I create this, one thing that's different from eCentennial is you could create an assignment, but it wouldn't create a grade. With Luminate, the moment you create this, the grade instantly gets populated into the grade book. So be aware of that. Don't be creating grades that you're going to create an assignment for because they'll double up. And let's call this lab number one. So lab number one. And all I want the students to do is take a picture of their lab sheet and submit it here. So submit a photo of your lab sheet here. That's going to be the instructions. So we'll save that. Submit a photo of your lab sheet here. And when they do that, you'll be able to see the submissions and everything like that. You can change the due dates. You can change the grade category if you have those set up to all your different things and whatnot. So I suggest you guys kind of play around with this. You can, again, due dates, late assignments, just like eCentennial, it just looks a little bit different, so you can kind of work through that. Grading options, if you want a rubric, you can put that in. Rubrics do not come over from eCentennial over, but they are fairly easy to make within that, and I'll probably make a video on creating a rubric and editing or grading with the rubric, which I found very easy and I liked it a little bit better to be honest. If you're using a Word assignment or an essay, enable save assign. That will be like turn it in. It'll say how original it is, how much they've done themselves or what they found online, and then you can save it as that. Once you've saved it, we want to make sure it's visible to students, and that will be my lab sheet number one that they'll sign in. Now, I mentioned earlier, it's going to go instantly to the grade book. So if you look at lab number one, we're going to go to our grade book here. If we go to gradable items now, we'll see that lab number one is instantly populated over. We'll talk about setting up the grade book a little later in another one of these. It's a little more complicated than eCentennial, but once you have it, I think it'll be no problem. So lab sheet number one is there. As the students submit it, where you'll see the submissions now is back to content. We'll go lab assignment. We'll click on lab number one. This submissions tab is going to be really important for you. That's where you're going to see the submission. You'll be able to see if they've done it. Also, as the students go into submitting it, and because it is a grade item already, when you go to your grade book and the overview here, this will start populating. Because they submit that in, it'll say needs grading. It's kind of nice. You can go in and say, okay, I'll work through all these grades fairly quickly, populate them, post them when needed, and the grading does work fairly well. So don't be afraid to walk around through your grade book, especially in your sandbox. create some stuff, make it happen. You can do a student preview and test everything out as we talked about before, and I suggest you do that as well. So the Dropbox, so I exited right out. The Dropbox, as you where it used to be up here in the assessments tab, is now all going to be located in that content tab within your modules and whatnot. So set it up as you would like. What I did is I have 8 labs in my 4-week course, so I put up lab sheets and I put 8 assignments in there, and that was that. I also made a grade category for that by itself, and it worked fairly well. So let me know what you think. I hope this helps. And if you have any more questions, please send me an email or Harnick an email, and we'll work through it. Thank you, and see you again soon. Bye.